bonds us as one. You know, that's essentially.
Where do you think this is going when you talk to other police around the country as you travel and talk to these groups? What's the kind of crowdsourced sense, you know, the knowledge of the crowd of these patriots, these warriors, of where this is going and what the next shoe to drop is? Because I can just feel it in the air, the energy.
Yeah, they're going to try. There's going to be other attacks and whatnot, but you know, the more they attack us, the more we bond together. And speaking for my brothers and sisters of the Thin Blue Line, patriots, prior military, current military, serving, man, we number in the millions, you know, across this country, and we have our means by which we communicate through social media. They can't take that away from us, even if they break down the grid. You know, it's just not going to work. So whatever type of attack ISIS intends to visit upon us will only be successful within the small parameters of the immediate area of that attack. They're not going to crack us because we're unbreakable. We're an irresistible force. The power of the American people will not be subdued. We shall overcome, and we must take back Washington. One election at a time, one candidate at a time that speaks from his heart.
That's right.
One patriot at a time, baby. We're going to take this thing back.
How do we get you into Congress? I'd love to have you in there.
Your love and prayers and support. CaptainHiggins.com is my my campaign congressional website. I am not a politician. I never will be. I'm a patriot.
Straight shooter.
This is a call to duty for me.
There were attempts to silence you. Those haven't worked, obviously.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Speaking to other groups around the country, what is the sense of things? Because, I mean, this is a coordinated offshore globalist plan allied with Islam to come in and destabilize the country. But the plan is now known, but they still seem to be following the plan, even though it's going to blow up in their face.
Well, that seems to be their trajectory. You know, the evils that are aligned against us, they can bring what they want. It's just not going to work, brother. You know that. We Americans are not going to sit idly by and allow our country to fall. We have been patient. We have been quiet. We have been loving and forgiving because this is our nature of a good, God-fearing, tax-paying, hard-working American citizen, conservative man, you know, a conservative woman and family. We have conservative ideals, which includes forgiveness and in quiet. But when we reach a point where we know that our families are threatened, that our streets are threatened, that the very future of our nature has been threatened, then we bond together. And at this time, and I felt the same spirit in the Cleveland. I met probably 200 cops in the last 48 hours. And man, we have hugged and wept. And these guys will not bend, we will not break, and we will not allow our country.
Absolutely. America's got its problems, but this is an offshore attempt at civil war, and the American people are coming together, every race, color, and creed, against this.
That's right.
This is an epic time. Final segment with our guest coming up to talk about where he sees this election going, and Donald Trump and more. CaptainHiggins.com. Stay with us. Captain Clay Higgins, he is our guest for another 6 minutes. Then we've got Latinos for Trump coming in here. Really powerful info they've been putting out. CaptainHiggins.com. Then we have Milo, who has officially been banned for life from Twitter for criticizing the new feminist movie Ghostbusters. I mean, that's his free speech. That's racial or sexual hatred. So they're really trying to shut down free speech. Meanwhile, they have national TV leftists and people calling for my arrest, saying I should be shut down. These people are authoritarians. You know, that shows they're losing, though, Captain, that they're really trying to have it to shut down free speach.
Yeah, they're desperate. But, you know, free speech, you know, our First Amendment, man, is going to stand strong, whether they like it or not, because we now have the means by which to communicate outside of the parameters of the controlled media, you know, the in-the-box media. We can communicate through the airwaves, through social media, and means by which it was just unprecedented.
And good luck trying to shut it down.
Yeah, good luck shutting that down. That's
By
right.
the way, you gave me this really nice armband here. It says Redemption on it. CaptainHiggins.gear.com.
Yes, sir. Well, that's reflective of a charitable endeavor we have to build a homeless shelter, man. I'm passionate about the homeless and believe in the redemptive nature of every human being. You know, I'm certainly, my story is an open book, and I'm certainly reflective of that type of redemptive nature. And I believe our country is there, Alex. I gave you that because our country is at a crucial point right now. This election in November will determine whether or not we shall be a redeemed country or not. And that's how important it is, and that's why I believe the election is going to turn out with President Trump.
Wow, I used to really like Ted Cruz. I was really ashamed last night when he wouldn't endorse Trump. I mean, he just shouldn't have spoken.
Man, I have to be honest. That's my nature. I'm a candid person. You presented this to me on the air now, and my nature is to respond from my heart. I was hurt, man, because I love Ted. I actually met the man yesterday, and we had a moment, man. We shared a moment, two patriots, and I completely expected. My friends back home have been texting me from across the country. Captain Higgins, do you think he's going to endorse Trump? I said, of course he is. He's a man of character, and we understand. We take our licks, we get our ass whipped, we stand up, and we continue to move. And I really, really was hurt that he fell short of that. That's that important, crucial moment. We all have defining moments in life, and we either define them or they define us. And I believe last night that moment defined him.
Unfortunate. In the last 3 minutes we have left, other points you want to break down? You were telling me during the break about the death threats. They told you don't come here. We've got a red dot on you, all these other, intel info coming in. We had all that same stuff. Instead, this is some of the smallest amount of protests by the communists we've ever seen. They're pathetic. It looked like it was all bluff. Now, the day's not over, but I tell you, we got trash trucks and other stuff that disappeared, but I tell you, it just shows that their intimidation isn't working.
Yeah, it's not. And it can be a bluff or not. Makes no difference to me. It's not going to end well for them, because the American people are just not going to tolerate that kind of oppression anymore. You understand? We will stand our country back up, and it's going to it begins, again, one candidate at a time, one patriot at a time, embracing the path that's been prepared for us, because our forefathers and for 235 years we've had patriot bloodshed to get this thing to where it is. Have we been perfect? No, but you can rest assured that we're going to continue moving forward as an American.
And I like the historical term you use about we're going to stand America up. I never heard anybody use that term, but like an army stands up, a company stands up, a family stands up. I mean, the globalists have sabotaged. People think it's hard to be prosperous. No, Americans have always been the most prosperous. And we have to get them off our back. We will automatically, like a jack-in-the-box, stand right back up.
That's right.
And that's it. Stand America back up.
That's what we intend to do.
Explain what that term means militarily.
It's what, well, if you stand up a force, then that means the enemy's in a bind. And right now, the enemy is overseas, and it's within our borders here. We have enemies, foreign and domestic, that we face. And every American can do their part by participating in this election in November.
Americans have to stand up.
The Americans must stand up. We must go to the polls. We must vote. We must take back our neighborhoods.
Get aggressive.
We don't have to tolerate the kind of violence and hateful rhetoric that's taken over our streets. Our police officers are getting murdered while we sit in our squad cars. American
it shows
citizens,
the disconnect that Obama comes out and says cops need to reform every time cops get killed, implying random dead cops are at fault for something else that happened. That is crazy.
And gun control. Of course, we just couldn't wait for his next speech about gun control after more cops were murdered, right? That's really the leadership that we needed. Right?
After they incite it, CaptainHiggins.com. Clay Higgins, thank you, my friend. Look forward to speaking to you again in the future.
Yes, sir. God bless you, sir, in your endeavor.
Thank you. All right, we're going to go to break. I'm going to say bye to you. We've got more folks coming in. And then he's been censored, Milo. I mean, they have lifetime ban for criticizing the movie Ghostbusters. God almighty, I tell you. They can do that to him. They can do it to anybody. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Still here so early on, but I think Trump is going to win. Gun, let me tell you what it's going to be the Brexit strategy. The middle of England is Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. And Mitt Romney lost by 64 electoral votes. The total electoral votes of those 4 states in the Rust Belt, 64. Yeah. All he has to do is win those 4 states. And I'm telling you, I was there during the Michigan primary, and he went there in front of the Ford, and he said, I'm telling you right now, they moved this factory to Mexico. I'm putting the tariff on the cars, and that's it. And it was music to people's ears, and more people in Michigan, in the Michigan primary, voted Republican than Democrat in the primary this year.
And folks, we are back live. So many great people here. So many big interviews we've got stacked up that we've already taped. When I confronted Charlie Rose, I talked to Don King last night, and we've got so much coming up. But this is live in studio. Marco Gutierrez and Marco Leo, official Latinos for Trump.com. Talk about amazing folks. Coming here legally, is what Mr. Gutierrez did, becoming a citizen. That's what Trump's always said, is that it's so hard to become a citizen because the Democrats and Republicans want a bunch of undocumented people that they can basically use and basically drive down the wages with. So we're not the enemies of all these undocumented illegals that are here. They're just being used as a weapon against everybody. And then if the U.S. collapses into a third world country, there's nowhere to go. This is what Ross Perot exposed. He said they're paid $25 an hour, $30 an hour in Canada. We're paid $18 an hour here. As soon as we opened up to Canada, theirs all went down. Now we do it to Mexico. We're going to go down. It happened. And so it's stupid. I mean, we need to be using our jobs industry here to actually build up deals with Mexico, not the other way around, just imploding all of our nations. So official Latinos for Trump.com. Guys, tell us your story. Tell us about what you've been through supporting Trump, where you see all this going, and why you've decided to support Trump. And first, tell us your story. You were telling me your personal story.
Well, my name is Marco Gutierrez, and I was born and raised in Mexico. And I came to this country in 1991. My parents were granted amnesty in the Reagan administration. So they petitioned for us, and I was there with 4 years without my parents. I stayed in Mexico while we got approved.
Sure. Just scoot it a little bit. I'm sorry, I said scoot down.
We got approved. I came, and I have had the opportunity to integrate into this culture, and it hasn't been easy. And I see a lot of people that are having a hard time, that they come here and they stay in the middle, and they live in a subculture environment where they don't feel the urgency or the need to become a citizen, and they cash their checks at the Mexican market. They go to church in Spanish, so they don't feel that need. And Mexico is a country underdeveloped country, so the third world mentality, we bring that with us. And I think that's what Donald Trump's talking about. We have problems. We're bringing problems, but as you integrate in the culture and you understand, then you start seeing the rules and you start getting the idea of what it is to be an American. I came here to be an American. I didn't come here to continue to be a Mexican. And that attitude that you have in San Jose about the flag and La Raza is the ones that have been pushing things on the Hispanics that is not right. You know, the white man with blue eyes is the devil. And when you tell that to kids, and the false pride that comes with that, and they're trying to defend a Mexico that doesn't exist. That Mexico they're defending here is a Mexico of 150 years ago. And there's a lot of unresolved pain that they keep cultivating when this is different times, different problems.
I mean, look, it's Ford Foundation. There's beefs on both sides. Everybody's done bad stuff, but it's Ford Foundation weaponized garbage to make us all fight to keep people in a subculture, as you said, control of a Democratic Party. So, I mean, I wouldn't even be against even more massive immigration because, quite frankly, a lot of Americans have gotten lazy, and I don't care what color they are. But the issue is that they get here. I don't care whether they're from China or Europe or wherever. They're indoctrinated with socialist brainwashing and hate America garbage to bring the country down. And I'm sorry, that's my issue. And so that's why it's so great, because I see these stereotypes that Hispanics are all communists or socialists. I find them the most patriotic white people out there. Same thing with black folks. We have rallies where it's like almost all blacks and Hispanics and not even white people. They actually care about freedom. And I'm not trying to be patronizing or virtue signal. It's a fact. It's what we're seeing. So what I'm saying is, from what the real people believe and stand for and what the media claims people stand for is two different things. So what do you think the demographics are? How many folks, let's say from Mexico, do you think kind of halfway understand what's going on? Or are they just kind of kept in their barrio?
You have what's called a lot of Donald Trump supporters that are in the closet. And they're afraid to come and say it publicly because of the violent criticism of the left. You have I wish there was 2 or 3 Alex Jones in Spanish. Maybe I can.
We need it.
Maybe
I
can
agree.
make one.
We want to launch a whole Spanish division. I just don't have the money or we're looking. In fact, that's a plan.
I am so against Jorge Ramos, George Lopez. I do videos just.
I know,
because these guys, they
I should add, you reach millions of people.
They exploit their heritage just to enrich themselves, and they're hurting all these kids by continuing that nonsense that That's it's not conducive. I